Hello everyone. I'm Karan Kothari from MCM. As a part of our Studio 3 integrated construction practice, we have selected a mixed-use site in Ahmedabad, having G plus 2 commercial and above that 12 floors for residential. For our scope of study was for modeling, we considered basement 1, ground floor, and first floor. For the study, we divided into different roles in which I played the role of contractor, electrical consultant, and lean champion. So here the process flows were made about the conventional working at site in which all the stakeholders work in their own silos and clash detection was done after the modeling which results into large number of clashes. While we suggested in a BEP process flow in which all stakeholder works collaboratively and clash detection is done resulting in less number of clashes. Yeah. So here the temporary structures such as a site office, material storage, washrooms, labor colony, crane and so on were modeled using the site layout model. And here we can see the actual site photographs of the structure below. In Revit, a POT analysis was also performed to determine how long it takes for a labor to commute from one spot to another. So for example, it takes 67 seconds to get from the labor washroom to site area, which is represented by the blue color. And the inference of site load analysis helps in better visualization, and POT helps to understand the limitation for optimization. And here for our site, redevelopment site it was, so there was no scope for optimization. Coming to the quantity takeoff and cost estimation, so it has been carried out for structure, architecture, MEPF elements. First 4D IDs were created for easy quantity takeoff, and the table here, the table shows the time comparison of manual versus Revit quantity takeoff, in which it is observed that in Revit it can be done in just clicks, while the manual quantity takes time. Variation between Revit and manual quantity takeoff and the reasons for variation were analyzed, among which for columns it matches with the monolithic part of the slab, and after that, the cost estimation was done by inputting the calculation in Revit based on the unit rate of the materials, and the pore-wise and element-wise cost was obtained. So the ground floor structure element cost are shown as in the table. So some of the challenges in manual quantity takeoff was like the structure consultant faced challenges in slab areas, confusion regarding the inclusion of the adjacent beam in the previous slab or in the current slab area, and a general difficulty in correlating the details of the column dimension and beam dimension from different drawings while manually sourcing the dimensions. Otherwise, the architecture consultant found errors in boundary consideration, that is, like missing out of certain areas which occurs in manual takeoff while modeling the floor. Yeah. So coming to the 4D simulation, it is a process that combines the 3D model with the project schedule, allowing all the stakeholders to visualize the construction phase. So in this case, a simulation was performed to compare the plan versus actual activities as per the construction schedule. So this gives us an idea of the delay in activities at the site. Also, a delay analysis was performed which can be seen in 3D model representation made using SynchroScript and represented by different colors, as yellow shows 1 to 5 days delays and green color shows more than 10-day delays in activities. And it causes a mismatch in reinforcement and early departure of labor for Diwali break, resulting in a halt of several activities. Based on this delays, further activities can be planned. Coming to the 5D simulation, the 5D analysis brings the detailed cost information to the project. So 4D integrated with cost, resources and cost parameters is 5D. Here the EVA graph gives us the planned actual baseline and EVA cost task wise, so that we know where we are under budget and where we are over budget, which can be also depicted from the figure in which we see that in which week we are over budget and which week we are under the budget. Also from that we can prepare a look ahead schedule for quantity and cost prediction, and conditional formatting feature would help in identifying the high concrete requirement activities in the future and help in making it ready at an early stage, so which can be seen in the image. Coming to the site PPC, so PPC analysis was performed for site activities in which we tracked the site activities and computed the PPC, and the causes of variance between the planned and the actual were also documented on regular basis. Here the graph depicts the site PPC in relation to the causes for the variance shown. And so in week 6, the PPC was lower due to a lack of understanding of reinforcement drawings during execution, which caused the activities to be delayed. And in week 7, there was insufficient capacity of RMC. In week 8 and 9, the PPC was reduced since the site labor left early for Diwali, which was the main primary reason. So based on the continuous monitoring and PPC analysis for the next 2 weeks, we presented our insights in weekly planning And to enhance the PPC, as in week 11, we reminded them of the reinforcement issue and insisted on reinforcement checking from the start of the reinforcement activity. And in week 12, we're preparing for the first report 3. The senior engineer indicated 3 days for the column casting, but we pointed out that 2 days were only taken for previous column casting, thus is agreed to the consider 2 days for column casting activities. Another improvement was like in the site planning accounted for 3 days of Diwali holidays as seen in the image of the contractor. We advised them to keep 10 days for the next year, as well as explain that how it would affect them by showing the 4D and 5D simulation, and the progress can be seen and how the cost will affect by showing the 5D simulation. Coming to the conclusion of all, so the conventional versus BEP process will help to streamline the work and align the stakeholders towards the goal. And in BAP process, the parallel working of stakeholders and early clash detection reduces the time, the opposite to in traditional process flow. And in site layout modeling, we also visualize the site elements, and the POT analysis as to understand the limitations of optimization. However, our site couldn't be optimized; it was a redevelopment site. The PPC analysis was done, and in which the main reasons of variance was the early departure of labor. And based on the learnings from every week, several inputs were given to the site personnel for continuous improvement. The 4D simulation like gives us the visualization of construction sequence, and the plan versus actual analysis helps to visualize the delay and reducing the production variability. The 5D simulation helps to forecast resource quantity and cost, and it also helps in performing on-value analysis. The quantity takeoff and cost estimation was in the reduction in cycle time and increased accuracy, ease of doing cost estimation by applying calculation, and several challenges were faced like boundary issues and lack of clarity for 2D drawings, which made medieval quantity takeoff difficult. And here are some of the site and client interaction photographs. Thank you.